Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome to my channel. This is your first time here. Thank you very much for giving me a chance. I don't normally do this, but I would like to ask you if you want to make money on RuneScape by somebody who gives a shit if you do make money, and you never have to pay for a thing for me. I would really like to ask you to please watch the video in its entirety. Consider subscribing to my channel, giving me a like, giving me comments, feedback, joining the Discord down below. Again, I don't normally do this. It feels really cringe, but I do hope to grow this channel to reach more players, to eventually reach monetization, that I can make this kind of a fun hobby business. And I really am committed to helping you, the viewer, make some money in the best ways I know how to. So if that is you, I would like to ask you again one more time, please consider subscribing, watching to the end, etc. Now, please, thank you for sitting through this, and let's jump right into the video. What's up, RuneScape players? It's your boy Jagex back with a video after a little bit. With the RuneScape mug and my Doge shirt. Really pulling out all the stops today. So I took some feedback finally, and I decided to script this content here, but so let's just jump right into it. And just kind of break down what I'm doing today. What I'm going to talk about today. This is going to be kind of like a different, it's like more of an update video than like actually like a part of Fresh Start or anything. So this is going to be like sort of standalone, sort of another pivot in my content or whatever. But I got some stuff to talk about. It's been weighing on me for the past week or couple weeks, whatever it's been. What's up? Read the commentary, and the feedback I'm taking is that I scripted the whole video out, and then I'll sprinkle some commentary salt on the rest of it as I'm going through the video. So in my video, I'm going to cover. I've been sick. Last Friday, I got sick. Somebody at work or somebody from my kid's school or something got me sick or whatever, and I lost 12 pounds last Friday from wasn't able to eat, was puking and pooping everywhere. Not really pooping, but puking all over. I couldn't keep my eyes open without being super nauseous and gagging and dry heaving really bad and shit. So that knocked me out for came on Thursday, but I was able to grind through my shift, and then Friday it happened, and I couldn't get out of bed. I had to I showered 6 times or whatever just to try to feel better, but that really wiped me the frig out, and I haven't really felt the same since. So I kind of just took a break from just planning out content and doing the things I've been doing and trying to plan different stuff and shit like that. I just decided to take some time off and really just reset. And then the other reason why I haven't been is because my son has been making me play 7 Days to Die. I've been streaming it. If anybody cares, I have another channel, John Garrett 7 Days to Die. I've been streaming it 2 to 8 hours a day since Sunday, and that's why primarily that's been taking up my time, just brainlessly playing for my son. Just playing 7 Days to Die, doing some 7 Days to Die crap over there, playing Darkness Falls mod, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not important pertaining to this video specifically, so I just wanted to skim through that, but I just wanted to say where I've been and why I haven't been doing anything in case anybody cares. But now back to RuneScape. I want to talk about Fresh Start. I don't know if it's necessary, and I think it might be finished. I think I have 40 plus episodes, and it kind of feels like I'm just going through the motions, which I saw value in and I see value in now. But it's enough's enough. You know what I mean? I feel like all good things should die, and so that they don't become shit, trash tier, F tier, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think I put out enough of the content to prove my strategy in theory for people to follow along. So I think the value has been really put out onto the space, and me just revamping it just to do. I feel like I'm doing it just to keep a daily upload to kind of be just to try to grow my channel. But that's kind of, which is important for me. I want to grow this channel because I am aiming for monetization, because this would be a really cool hobby business, and I think it would be really fun. And I want to keep it fun, but I also want to. My main objective in doing this has always been to pass the torch with my strategy to I've been doing this for years, multi-scaping, playing RuneScape for 20 years. I've been multi-scaping for 15 of that, and I've distilled all of my knowledge down into this main strategy, and I'm this is the wisdom to pass on, the knowledge to pass on to the next RuneScape generation, this particular type of strategy. And that's what I wanted to do for the channel. I wanted to give value away. I wanted to make it my content, when I make content, when I speak now, and when I do things, I have like I'm trying to find a higher purpose to everything, and my higher purpose for this, as silly as it sounds, whatever. You know, I got to start from where I'm at, though. I wanted to hand off really what I feel is valuable content to the player, to the community, and this is my thing. And you know, if it's valuable or not valuable, that's for everybody to decide, whatever. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do that. And then with all that aside, I've lost sight of that main objective for my channel is I want everything I put on the internet to be meaningful for the viewer, to raise value for the viewer. You know what I mean? That's my main objective. So I lost focus of that by just kind of grinding the content out. And I feel like it's not generating value for people, and I want to make meaningful content to build people up. And also for then moving on, I want to do a video showing how big my bank has gotten since Fresh Start has started. Just kind of as like a sign off to that, and then maybe like do like bank videos and stuff like that, because I know that's like kind of a popular RuneScape. That sounds kind of fun, but just like I just want to show progress being still made, that it's like, you know, it's scalable at 0, 1 mil, 10 mil, 100 mil, 1 bill, 10 bill, 100 bill. Like, this will never, like, you'll get diminishing returns as you scale up, but like, and if there's necessary adjustments that need to be made to the strategies at certain scales that I haven't hit yet, I would like to present that to you guys as well. Stuff like that. That's where like the bank videos may come into context, but like that would, if I reduce the duration of those, it's not as boring for you guys to watch as it is for me to do. So yeah, but a bank video would be cool. I think I'm in the like, I'm gonna try. I'll just show everything I found, like all the stuff I gotta re-dig up, like the couple accounts I found that had 100 mil on them, like stuff like that. Just kind of like so we're all on the same page of how big my bank is moving forward. So you guys don't think like I'm sneaking stuff out of my pocket or whatever. I'm just trying to be transparent and as trustworthy as possible when doing this, because like I feel like you have to be to truly teach people. You need to have a sort of vulnerability with the viewer. Anyway, next topic is that I have so RuneScape is false banning accounts. Show proof account. I'll show that real quick just to stick to the script, because I already feel like I could do it better. That's part of the scripted content I don't like. Just real tangent on the side. One of the reasons why I don't like scripted content is when I write the script, it's like a first iteration, and when I'm shooting, it becomes worse than like a new idea I had in my head, and then I start to like, oh, that can do this better, I can do this better. Like the iterative process. You just like constantly polish, and it happens live for me sometimes, or at least I feel that way, regardless if it is or not. So I'll just stick to the script just to keep that's the main feedback I've gotten from so many different people, is I just need to stick to the script, so I'm just going to stick to the script. Anyway, so here is my account. If anybody was watching my streams, I got one that had it pumped to 1,000. I'm pretty sure everybody's clicked on, clicked off. There wasn't really any time watched from that, which I understand, because it was just me running 20 accounts on Tutorial Island. Which, why would you watch that through? I mean, I talk the whole time, but there is like a lot of conversations and stuff that go on. So it is like, if you know me, you'll get something out of it. I mean, like, it's entertaining, engaging enough to a point where it is technically content. But I understand why people would click on and click off. But anyway, this account. So I ran them from the start of Tutorial Island. After my settings segment. So my settings segment is where I pick an account name and I have them come in and I talk to the first tutorial guy. I hit, I'm an experienced player, and then I go to my settings and I set up all my settings for each of the accounts so that they're all the same. So it's easier for me to do the rest of the run. So anyway, so that's where they started, because that's where like I have a lot of accounts set up, like 200-300 accounts. I got them to that point so that like I can come back and then do Tutorial Island on them, run, do all like 200-300 accounts, do all the tutorial segment, then I go back to the start, then I do all the trade segment, and then like I have a bunch of segments broken down and stuff like that. And there's an 1.5-hour video on my channel if you guys are super interested in that at all, where I break it like from start to finish, a complete run from start to finish, and I explain all that so I don't have to do that here. Anyway. So it is on stream, and then I did a second stream on Wednesday. I didn't touch the accounts. I think it was like whatever. So it was like October 7th is when I did that stream, and then I did another quick stream. It was like 20 minutes long, where I just opened all the accounts up and I logged in on all of them. And Mr. 6969 Weed 6969 here caught a ban. Okay, so I'm just going to show you real quick here that it is banned. Let's view the appeal options. Maybe I might have to log in, so I might have to skibbity riz you guys here and talk. Anyway. All right, so I'm back. So we're going to go to 6969 weed, 6969. Selecting the character. Here we go. Permanently banned due to the nature of your offenses you have committed. You have committed. You have committed. Your account has been permanently banned. So, October 7th, 2024. Macroing major ban. Boom. We're going to click it. Check out the evidence. Yes, I want to see the evidence. October 7th. So that is when I did the stream showing that I was not, like, I could have technically, well, I think of the streams, it shows how many hours exactly from what my last accounts did. So but there is a tiny sliver where I could have hopped onto a bot immediately after my stream was done, ran the bot, and then got that account banned to fabricate this. So I just want to, like, that's a part of my script where I just want to address potential critiques. And then I just want to mention that most of this stuff boils down to trust, in my opinion. So that's why I'm trying to be transparent, trying to be trustworthy. And I think I've done everything up to this point since I've started this YouTube channel to show my trust to the viewer, at least. So this is like, but essentially that technically does exist. I feel like that criticism does exist, is that I could have technically done that on October 7th, but it's very unlikely. And planning going forward, maybe, am I firing? Right. So that brings us to our next part. We plan to stream. I plan to stream, not we. There's no we. It's just me. One man show. One man band. I plan to stream old school RuneScape account runs to trigger bans. And I would also then, to go a little bit off the hip here, I would like to see other players do this as well, because this is an ongoing problem in my Discord, because I've caught false bans before, but, you know, one person, if I go to Reddit, start crying and complaining, everybody on Reddit, I've seen it in multiple posts, they're like, well, don't cheat, bro. Don't fucking cheat, bro. That's all you gotta do, bro. Just stop botting, bro. Bro, please, all you gotta do is just not cheat, bro. Then you won't get banned, bro. Easy peasy, bro. Easy peasy, bro. Obviously, if they banned you, you're a cheater, bro. Oh, what evidence do you have of that? Well, they banned you. Huh. Huh. It's proof, bro. Anyway, and obviously, cheaters exist. Botters exist, okay? Botters exist. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it very difficult. So, like, ultimately, unless Jagex is willing to, which they won't, probably won't, shouldn't do. So I'm not passing judgment on the company for doing this. But they will not reveal, probably, proof that they are that it is a correct ban or a non-correct ban. In fact, if you go to these Reddit posts or certain PR posts that Jagex has made, they will attest that we have checked. I am a mod. I have a mod badge. Therefore, that mod badge is attributing trust to my name, and then therefore giving weight to the public opinion. Does that make? I think that makes sense. I think that's a good art. That's a good presentation of what I needed to say. Yeah, but again, it still ultimately then boils down to a he said, she said. Jagex says you suck, bitch. You got banned. You're a ban cheating bitch. And then we're saying from the Discord, again, this is why I'm motivated to do this, is I presented this strategy. I've been able to succeed using the strategy. I presented the strategy to the player base, and now the players are reporting to me, account ban. Okay, you're probably, in my head. No offense, everybody in the Discord. I've changed now, but this was me at the time. Okay, you probably cheated. Sorry. I mean, like, I've caught a few bans, but never early. You're cheating. That's just like my thought. Okay, just trying to be honest. But then keeps happening, keeps reporting. Now we got like 5 to 10 people on my Discord, people on multiple videos of mine saying false ban, and technically they could all be lying. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They could all be lying, and I'm not like discrediting that argument whatsoever. But then I'm like, yo, bro, something's up. I've been false banned. These people are saying false ban. I think I might have told them that I've been false banned before. Or no, I have a video on it. Sorry. But then now it's starting to seem a little fishy to me. Okay. That's where my head's at. So then I decided to okay, yeah, I do. Now I'm starting to believe you guys, because I have personally been banned. Now you have been banned. Now you have been banned. Now you have been banned in the Discord. Links down below if you want to come check it out. Read through the conversations. Just check all the evidence yourself. Check my whatever. Whatever. So then moving on from that, Then I did my little test, and within the first attempt of 20 accounts, one account caught a ban. And it's just off Tutorial Island. Imagine, like, there's a potential that they could, because, like, there's different timings on each of the bans. People have lost them at the splash stage. People have lost them at the quest segment. People have lost them. No, nobody's ever lost them if they make it to the trade, like, to the trading. Okay, if they beat the 20 hours, they beat the time, they do the dash. I have not heard that anybody's gotten banned at that point. So I think, like, that tells me that, like, before 20 hours is when all the automation is happening. And it's just happening. I just think it's a matter of fact. I think it's a matter of fact. But that is technically an opinion. But I think there's enough evidence and enough, like, witness testimony. Oh yeah. The last piece of evidence is that I'm hearing from other players that other famous YouTubers or other players who are way bigger than me have been thinking about collecting players together to make a video about it or something like that. That was just a couple times, but I'm hearing that rumor, but it kind of adds weight to this entire situation. So then I'm going to, again, quickly iterate my theory. What's going on here, okay? These are free-to-play traders. Jagex is a company that needs to make money. Why would they dedicate, okay, so think about like an employee that works at Jagex. How much you were paying them, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, I don't think there's very many Jagex employees working on the moderation team that, like, handle these types of bans or something like that are being paid minimum wage. Like, in America, it's like $7.50 an hour, and that let's just do the math quickly for that per year. So then, like, $7.50 times, what is it, 40 times 52. So $15K a year. I don't think that really exists anymore with the nature of the inflation of the all the world currencies and stuff like that. But even if they did, I don't know what Jagex is. What are the Jagex yearly revenue? 125 million. Okay, so that's just in range. A revenue of 125 million. That's not a lot of money. If you think about it in scale, like I think they said something around 4 million players on RuneScape, and 125 million. Let's just do that real quick. And I know euros and dollars are different, but just for the sake, so we're just going to do by 15K. You'd be able to hire 8,000 employees, and I don't think that would be enough to sift through all the deals. That's it. 8,000 employees who are just sitting at the desk sorting through appeals of bans because like there's us multi-scapers who are making accounts in batches of 20, and then there's botters who are making accounts probably in the batches of 10,000. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So with that being said, I think they're automating all free-to-play bans because why would they waste time and resources on non-paying customers? So it is what it is, but it is happening, and people are getting caught in the flack, and there may be solutions to this which don't require them to spend a lot of fucking extra money and keep players like us happy, because I don't think they understand, maybe from their perspective a little bit, that there are players like me. Let's use me. I'm a good example for this. I paid for the past year 4 Premier accounts, and then 1 monthly membership I had. That's a decent chunk of money. I feel like you should care about me as a customer, and they don't know that I also have, maybe they do know, but maybe they wouldn't know, like as a company, because they're just punching in, punching out their employees, that I have 500 extra free-to-play accounts associated with those paying accounts. Okay, they don't know me personally, they just see the credit card number and the account, whatever, probably from their side. There's solutions here, but I don't think that Jagex is like doing a big... I'm ignorant in this too. I just want to say that as well. I'm ignorant. Maybe they are communicating with the player base very well. It's just I feel like this needs to get addressed because this is within the game rules. Stop punishing us. You're discouraging. Like, it is against your interest too, Jagex, to do this, to allow these false bans to happening to us paying customers, because now we don't want to play your game. We found a method. We found a niche in here that falls within your game rules to make a little bit extra money. And you're banning those accounts, and it's making players feel bad. So then if you make the players feel bad, they don't want to play your game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Lo and behold, hurts your reputation, hurts the player base, hurts your bottom line. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so that big rant over. Let's just move on. The only constraint from streaming the old school account runs to trigger bans is that I get timed out whenever I make accounts on the on the Jagex launcher. If I make like 3 in an hour, they time me out. So it would be really tough to stream that. And I don't know if that's necessary to even stream. So I'm sure. I think what I'll do is just make those accounts. I'll show maybe on stream that I'll get timed out, like so you guys know that it's happening, and that it's kind of unreasonable for me to stay consistent running accounts and then also create them on stream. But I will do whatever feedback anybody gives me, whatever, to make this as legitimate as possible to show more proof. And I might be just shooting myself in the foot here because, like, if this gets caught by any Jagex employee, they might just go in and go click, don't ban any of his accounts, just because that would be a smart strategy on their end too, to show that I'm not getting banned so that it gives more weight to them. But then, as an answer back for that, I want to encourage everybody who watches my stuff, anybody who participates in my own stuff, if you have like the means to live stream the accounts yourself. And then if we get like 10, 20 to 100 people live streaming these accounts, and then we can start forming a bigger data pool to see if it's actually happening in the way that I'm describing or not. Because either A, it's happening, or B, it's not happening. But we need to know that answer to then move on forward from this this entire chip debacle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Okay. So then, the next thing I want to talk about is that GIM is coming out for RS3. Group Ironman is coming out for RuneScape 3 on October 28th, and I have been recruited into a group to do that, and they expect a lot out of me. I will be participating because I can use my cell phone at work, so I will be able to play AFK the RuneScape 3 account and like AFK stuff for them. But if it gets in the way of YouTube, I'm probably going to drop out of it. I just wanted to say that here in public so that I just hold myself accountable that I want to keep YouTube first. Yeah. So now I got all the ranting and raving out of the way. I want to do the high volume market watch. So I'm going to check the main items that I normally check. And that's pure assets, fire runes, air runes, water runes, earth runes. So pure assets, looks like we're about, so when I say pre-deadman mode Armageddon, that's when there was a huge influx, a huge volume of all these items. I think that was before the big ban waves that are happening today that I'm complaining about as a group. So during that time, it was about 500 million, but this is 284 million. For volume, moving back and forth. And as you can see here, we do not have a straight line across the ground. If anybody remembers from like 30 days, or not even 30 days anymore. But like prior to Deadman Mode Armageddon, it was a straight line across the bottom. So you could buy, and before I was letting people know, I think we actually kind of flooded the market with the pure essence. This kind of got me off the ground. This was like my stake, my name, to the perfect storm of an event to happen for me to prove my strategy is so effective. Pure Essence was selling and buying for 1. So you could hit the daily buy limit. So you were able to hit, just a little bit more history here. You were able to hit 180,000 a day, and we were able to get 2.4 per unit. I believe it. No. 180,000 times 0.04, not 04, times 0.4. Boom. 72K a day. And I was, baby. And I fucking was. Oh, baby, it was so good. It was so good. But as we look here, we are seeing peaks at 2, peaks at 2, peaks at 2. That means there's a lot of trade action happening in these 5-minute intervals, 10-minute intervals that are buying and selling at 2 each. Thus, opening up closed cycle and open cycle potential. So when I say closed cycle and open cycle, and I'm going to explain this again just for anybody in case they're new. Open cycle is where you find other traders to sell to manually. So like all bulks, clan chat, or just sitting at the G and advertising, selling it for soda, whatever. But that was the strategy when it was at 1. That was the best strategy when it was at 1 margins. Because we could get it for 1, sell it to bulkers at 1.4, 1.5 sometimes, 1.6 sometimes, and we were making fucking bank, bro. We were rolling it. We were all making our money, and that's why I exploded in my net worth. So I got really lucky there. Sorry, I don't believe in luck. Sorry. It was an anomaly event, and I was really fortunate to be timed into the market at the time. But 1 to 2 opens up closed cycle. Closed cycle is where you do not interact with other players except for through automation using the Grand Exchange. That is where you put a buy offer in for 1, and then you take your inventory and you slide it back into another slot, sell it for 2, wait for it to sell. And closed cycle, that is 100% ROI, though you may have to wait a little bit longer. So then there's the main pro and the main con from this strategy is that open cycle is usually a lot quicker, but it's more labor intensive. Close cycle is a lot less labor intensive, but you have to wait a little bit longer. So it all depends on the type of player you want to be. But then also I want to then comment on, we are seeing a 3 action indicating that there is a low supply and a higher demand for it. So this may be a great time for close cycle traders to make some motherfucking money, bro. Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign for the Pure Essence, and this is an exciting item. Try it out. This is the one I always point everybody to. If you ever funnel to my content and you want to get into free-to-play trading or just any trading in general, try Pure Essence out. It'll teach you, like, it's not brain dead trading. It's actually, my bad. This is number 2. I'll get to number 1. Number 2, this is not number 1 for a particular reason, and that is that you have to have player interaction and negotiate with other players for trades. And the people who are on the buying end of the bulking seem to be more cutthroat. They're a little bit more experienced, and they can smell blood in the water. If they know you're a newbie, they're going to try to take advantage of you. But that advantage being taken of you will build resilience, will build callous, will build skills, allowing you to then step into the bigger overarching market of trading. So that is good, but it's not. I'm trying to protect my flock by giving them wins early so that you can build confidence and then walk into this and not get completely wrecked like I have multiple times in the past. And I'm just trying to prevent that as much as possible for people so that you have a good experience in this type of strategy. Anyway, so boom. So there's that. And we move to my daddy, my best friend, the Fire Rune here. Okay, so this is a little bit more exciting. Pre motherfucking Armageddon, this was sitting at like 400 mil, 500 mil per day, and we were like all over the radar. And that's kind of what's happening right now in the price action right here. This is where I started to get rich off this item that is like, I didn't have to talk to nobody. I didn't have to do nothing. This is where I found like this is the spark, the fire spark, the rune spark that got it all going for me was Fire Rune. Once I stumbled upon this item, when I first started high volume trading, I was doing like oak logs, I was doing willow logs, I was doing maple logs. I was trying to think of heavily botted items because that's what the online guides say. But it wasn't like they said to do like overnight dumps to try to get these big margins and try to catch these big waves and get really high on that. And it is possible you can do that. It is still a very effective strategy, but not as brain dead. It's not as stupid. And I'm not saying that negatively. Like you want brain dead strategies. You want brain dead shit because then you don't have to think about it. Because like when you come down to scale, when you scale something, here's a good example of why scaling needs to be brain dead. If you want to scale up. The higher you scale, the more brain dead your method needs to be because think about this. Okay, run a marathon. Super simple, right? Running a block. Okay. Boom. So this is why I need the script. Okay, so running a block, taking 10 steps, run 10 steps. It's easy. You profit a little bit from running 10 steps, in terms of like health and stuff like that. But to compare running 10 steps to running a marathon, which is like 20 miles, it's the same strategy. It's the exact same thing, except for now you're just doing it more. That is scale. So you know what I mean? Like hopefully I provoked an emotional response to you when you're trying to imagine running a marathon. Most people have not ran a marathon, et cetera, et cetera. That's why scale needs to be brain dead because it breaks down. Like the more complicated a method is, the less scalable it becomes because as you scale it up to try to increase your profits, your brain will melt. And I promise you, if you have never played a multiscape, if you've never multiscaped before, and you try to do 20 accounts in your first run, you try to do 40 accounts, you try to manage that on your first attempt at doing this, your brain will melt. It'll turn into pudding, and you will never want to do this ever again. There's a probability. It would be like going into I'm going to lift weights, and going into the gym and attempting to bench press 300 pounds on your first try after never doing it before. It's going to suck. Or vice versa, you do a workout that you're comfortable with, and then you get excited. This has happened to me multiple times. I get really excited about a workout. I'm like, let's double the volume. Like I do a thing called 5x5 where I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 25 reps per exercise. But then I'm like, I'm going to double this. I'm going to do 10x10. And I do that for a week. I'm like, oh, that was easy as fuck, bro. Now I'm going to do it Monday through Friday instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then, boom, I hit that wall, and I never want to lift again. And I've actually been in a hiatus for lifting for like the past 2 months. I've been trying to start back up again. Getting that, anybody have a shitty car or a bad starter or something like that, that like it's a lot harder to get that bitch started. But once it's running, then it's good, but it becomes harder to get started because of the wear and tear on the machine itself. So then again, all of those mechanisms at play. Let's reel it back. Let's reel it back. Lastly, guys, back to my baby, the Fire Rune here, okay? Close cycle trading, overpowered. This was the bread and butter of my entire operation. Once I found elemental runes, which, you know, they're right in front of my face, but like you just see this like, oh, buy limit 50K. I could only make 50K, bro. If I get that, it's only like 200K a day. It's not worth my fucking time. Yes, it is. Because you know how long it takes you to make trade? Let's do this. Let's do this live, bro. Let's do this live. How easy this is. Maybe need to be faster. Maybe need to clip this. No, it's fine. Okay. 1 day, 1 minute. Boom. Here we go. Okay, so I made 94K. Boom. How much was that? Did you time me? Did you time me? I made 100K. 100K in a second. I logged on. I flipped the trade. Boom. It's already selling because we're at a 4-6 action right here. Oh, yeah, man. I'm making that money. And then you just close it, and then you go have fun. That's Fire Rune, baby. Now, how brain dead was that? How was that, like 5 seconds? How many 5 seconds can you do per hour? How many 5 seconds per hour? So there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. Let's divide that by 5. You can do 720 5 seconds in an hour. Now, there's other things here. There's other things that happen, like loading the clients, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll just take this, and we'll just cut it in half. 365 seconds in an hour. Just whatever. And then we're going to take that times 100K. Oh, my gosh. I just made 36 million an hour. Oh, my gosh. That's the power scale. That's the power scale. So if you can figure out how to do this 360 times in an hour, you made 36 mil. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And that is the entire point of my channel. If you want to know how to do that, look through all my videos, start scrubbing through it, get into my community, start asking, start talking, get some testimonials, do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? For you to be convinced that everybody could do this. You could do this at one account, make 100K, or you could do this at 360 accounts and make 36 mil. Okay? Okay, cool. Next. All right, so we're doing the market watch. So anyway, right now though, close cycle, not a huge, there's not huge action going on. It's going to be like kind of like how I try to look at this is like during these seasons, it's like half volume, which is okay. You know what I mean? Just be patient. That's my other thing. I say this all the time. PP, remember PP, because I'm immature. I remember that all the time. Patience pays. And this season, it may not be working very well, but you may get into a season where it's chilling at 4.5, 5.4 for a month at a time. It's chilling at 5.4 for years. Okay? You know what I mean? And then, as you're buying, if you're buying 5.4 for a long enough time, you'll eventually hit these anomalies where they pump to 7, where they pump to 6. And then you'll be sitting on a huge bag because you're staying with your strategy, checking once a week, and all of a sudden, you got 100 accounts that got 200K fire runes for that week, but now it's 7. And you're like, oh my God. Okay, well, I'll slide those back in for 7. And now you just tripled your ROI in that 1 week. And then you get to like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But right now, this is kind of a volatile market right now. So then the next thing I want to say, I think I put it in my script. All right, suck fire runes off. Just did that. It's best to trade. Do the rune pack method for new players. Okay. So also I want to comment that in this season right now, it is a good time to be a bulker and it is a good time to get fire runes off players right now. Because like if you're doing the bulk method, most time you're paying 4.8 to 4.9. 4.8 to 4.9 off other players, and they'll sell it to you in big stacks of 10 mil or even hundreds of K at a time. And then you can just pitch a racket of the GE and sell it for 6. And then just try to ride this wave, try to fill the demand for this for this season. Because this is, again, if it's spiking to 6 and going all the way down to 4, there's periods of time where there's a lack of supply. So then if bulkers can get that supply and get it into the market, they can make a shit ton of money right now. Because you can sell it at 6 on the GE and just like really just fill that supply and then be profited for that. Anyway, rune pack method for new players. I have a video where I do a rune pack method, so I want to do the math, but I can't really do the math. Let's just run there and do the math. Okay, I'm already 34 minutes in here. We're almost there. I just want to do a sample. I'll just cut this. So 34 minutes, I'll just cut this. Okay, so we're here. So this is the rune pack method. Let me just blow this up. Have my inventory over here. You can see it just fine. So you trade. Let's just get the timer started. You can see that just fine? Okay. So then we'll just reset that. Let's just shrink it then, because I don't want to like have to menu management and mess the time up. So okay, the 80 rune packs here. So what I'm saying is that like for new players. So there's the new players. It's like kind of my flock. I want my flock to be the new players. If you don't have a lot of money, 100K to 1 mil, do this, okay? Because you can help fill the supply here for fire runes, okay? So essentially what you're going to do, you're going to come here and trade Aubrey. You're going to look at the price here. You're going to see 430. So 430 for 100 runes. So that's 4.3 per fire rune, okay? But it's going to go all the way up to like 4.9. We're just going to say 4.9 per 100. So then you'll make 1.1 profit, roughly, okay? Math isn't going to be perfect here, by purchasing all these fire rune packs and putting them in at 6, okay? So whatever you got for a cash stack, 100K, go buy all fire runes, empty this out, hop worlds, empty it out again, okay? So you're just going to do this. So we're going to run the clock. We're just going to do the math of how much money this is going to be per hour. For new players, this is for new players. This is going to be a really good moneymaker because in a new player's perspective, you're not going to have any skills. If you got a little bit of cash and you want to capitalize on a moneymaker that's like hot right now, this is what I would recommend to a free-to-play player. Free-to-play player, low skills, it's free, okay? So we're going to do, oh, sorry. Start, trade, buy. And this is shitty. Boom. So we got 11 seconds to get 200, so 26 packs open, okay? So 11 seconds. We'll just do 12 seconds, okay? So the math real quick, divided by, so it's 3,600 seconds in an hour. We're going to divide that out by 12. We're going to get 300 iterations of that. 300 iterations of 12 seconds equals times 26. That's 7,800 packs. So we'll take that times 100, because that's how many runes we're getting. So we're getting 780,000 fire runes an hour, potentially doing this. It'll probably be, let's just say 700,000 per hour, because you're going to have to hop worlds, you're going to misclick and stuff like that. We're just going to make it clean, okay? So we're going to take that times 1.1. So roughly 770K an hour doing this right now, and selling at 6. It's not going to be a high volume, because it's going to take you a little bit longer to sell for 6, but as long as it is 6 right now, you're going to make a lot of profit. And it's actually going to be higher than this because I'm basing the math off of a 1.1, which is buying all of the fire rune packs at 4.9, which they start at 4.3. So there is a formula. You could do like a set and we can make a bot, or I can make a program that like calculates the profit, or I can just ask ChatGPT if we're really interested. But you're looking at 770 plus K per hour doing this right now on one account and whatever. So there's that. That's just like the little thing I wanted to put in for the new players that are maybe watching this or may not be watching this. Okay. So I think I've done enough sucking fire runes off. Let's just move to the main accounts. Those two are there. I think this account will be good enough to just like showcase my trading strategy right now. This is a good video. Thanks everybody for being here. Love you guys. Please subscribe. So, get this out of the way. So essentially what I've been doing for my trade strategy on my main accounts has been elemental runes, just because again, you want brain dead strats, and I do fire runes top priority, air runes next priority, water runes next priority, earth runes last priority. And then what I've been doing has been selling pure essence. So I've been picking up pure essence in large supply and then putting it back in. And this is in one day. In one day I've sold 30K for 2. So that means I've made 30K just on that trade. And then the other thing I've been doing has been flipping pure Ancient Essence, so that I'm getting the cash from Ancient Essence, and I'm getting my Ancient Essence stack, and I'm sliding this in for 11, and then I'm going back to Ancient Essence, and I'm just grabbing it for 10, as much as I got for the cash stack right there, and we're just rinsing. We're just rinsing that back and forth, and this ratio of items to cash will keep going up and up and up and up and up. It'll be a brain dead way to profit. Then the next trade I'm doing is Mithril Darts. As you can see here, I've sold them for 7, and I get them for 5. That's just my strategy. They swing between 3 to 7. So if you want to try to get them for 3, experiment. But I just do for 5, just because I know 5 works most of the time, and I don't have to think about it, because that's part of the strategy here. To bridge the gap between trading, if you've never traded before, and what I'm doing, to get started, to level up into my particular set of trading strategies, we need to practice a low volume with brainless effort. So you just log on. The first thing you do in the first 30 seconds is reset your trades, then go about your RuneScape day. Okay? That's what we're doing here. And I think there's still value in that. So that what I'm doing this like weekly or daily or whatever. So I'm going to slide that back in for 7. This may take a little bit longer, but that's fine. But then I'm going to go grab Mithril Dart. And again, slide it up to 5. use my whole cash stack. Bam, hit it. Okay? And then that's kind of what I've been doing. This has been kind of the bread and butter of my P2P, pay-to-play trading strategy, and this will just slowly grow over time. It just puts that 26 mil to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's simple. It feels. The last thing I want to know too is like it's going to maybe feel a waste of time. Like, oh gosh, I've made only. Let's look at our profit here. I made 356K on this trade. It feels like not worth it. But, you know, you do that 100 times. Now I've made 35 mil off that. You know what I'm saying? And what is the alternative here? So this is an opportunity cost conversation. There's other videos people talk about that and stuff like that. I don't want to, like, opportunity cost is like what could have been being made in a particular time. But the opportunity of two scenarios. Let me paint two scenarios for you. Sorry. A, B scenario. A, the 26 mil is sitting in your bank doing nothing. B, the 26 mil is sitting on the GE making these easy trades. Which one would you rather have? So, especially for a minute's labor every single day, because if you have a strategy like sticking to the script and you just commit to that strategy, over time you will win a lot more than lose, and by win a lot more than lose, you will probably never lose as long as these items kind of hold. You may lose 1 out of 100 bets. Okay, so out of 100 bets, so 99 out of 100 bets, and when you lose, it's going to be low. Okay, because we're sticking with such low GP items that they cannot crash. So we're protecting ourselves, risk aversion, by protecting ourselves with low GP items so that they cannot. So this like for instance here, this 2.7 million pure essence that I got, I cannot lose on this item. The only thing I cannot lose in GP. I can only lose in time and effort. But I could always slide that back in. Well, I wouldn't say always. Can't always say always because the game might collapse and then there might not be a market for you to sell it back to. So I'm sorry that I said that. Almost 99.99% of the time, I can slide that back in. If I need that 2.7 mil, I can slide it back in for 2.7 mil, get my money back. Not a loss. We lost feeling good, but we didn't lose money. That makes sense? Okay. Hopefully it does. But all of these are such low. This is my highest risk one because this could crash and I could lose half my money at the time. But that's why I'm only playing with 5 mil here and 3 mil here. So, or we'll say 9 mil. So I could potentially lose 4.5 mil if there was a cataclysmic event. Okay? But still, if there's a cataclysmic event to this item, there's probably going to be cataclysmic events to items with a lot more GP that you are in a lot bigger scenario to lose a lot more money. Let's say, for instance, an item that is 1,000 GP crashes to 500. A lot more, like, okay, it's the same percentage, but still, it could crash to 1. If everything crashed to 1, you're more protected with lower GP items. Okay. Boom. So I think that's the whole video. So thank you, everybody who has been with me this far. Really appreciate everybody. And going forward, hopefully I see you guys in the streams. We can chat. Hit it up. Please subscribe. Please like. Please leave some comments. Give me some feedback, some stuff you may want to see from me particularly. Or feedback. Just things that I can improve on. That would be the best sort of feedback I could get. Like the video, dislike the video, do whatever you're going to do. Thank you very much. I tried this video without music. I'm going to see how that works. Because I'm kind of annoyed trying to find like different music every single time and like producing it. I don't have a producer. I'm producing everything myself. So I need to like try to simplify it and still make good videos and convey good information. So anyway, see you later. Thank you, everybody. I will see you soon, hopefully.